Let's get this thing going.
Welcome to the fastest 2 hours in radio.
Rules in action. It's up to each one of us to know the rules and follow them. Follow.
All systems go.
The Morning Edge.
With Fox 2's Vic Faust, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Eric Johnson.
The Morning Edge starts now.
What's today?
Today is National Goof Off Day.
It's National Goof Off Day.
Do something fun and leave the work until tomorrow.
When everybody else around is goofing off.
Goofing around?
You're goofing off? Like a bunch of goof-offs.
What am I doing?
I'm putting on a show.
Okay, it's enough goofing off.
Oh, happy National Goof Off Day.
It's showtime.
Angela, it's your day today.
I know. I'm so excited. It's Goof Off Day. I can't wait to see what fun we do. I don't know what's going on. I feel great.
It's National Laryngitis Day.
I have no idea. You know how like when you wake up in the morning, you feel like your throat's like not working. I thought that was what
If you
want to
go back home,
I get to go back home now.
go
And
back
goof
home.
Go home and goof off.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what's going on. I
Okay.
feel wonderful.
As somebody who's had to use their voice for 25 years, the worst thing you can do is continue to talk when you have it. It was probably 3 months ago. I lost my voice, and I tried to get through this radio show too a bunch of times. That's when I was assumed to have had COVID and told I needed to go get COVID test because my voice was gone. And I'm like, didn't have COVID. I felt great,
Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel wonderful.
but my voice,
Why did it disappear?
I don't know.
How
It
do I
happened.
make it come back?
Time.
Do you know what's crazy? Seriously. I
Time.
mean, how many people do you know probably in the last year that have had something like that where their voice is just kind of gone? I mean, Vic, my wife.
Oh,
I can-
really?
I can count probably 7 to 10 people that it's like my voice is just gone. Like, where did it go? It's very strange. And again, I've been doing this, sitting in padded rooms talking to myself for 30 years, you know, and I've never seen that many people. You know, even me, I had a little bit, but not near as many of like really down to that where you are. The host on the Point Morning Show, that he lost his voice for 2.5 weeks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So
It happens. However, I was given a message yesterday to do a story on this. So I'm looking for it right now to see if I can find where it is, where the story is, I guess it was, oh man. Okay, here it is. We saw a record, by the way, good morning. Welcome to The Edge. Brendan Shanahan's here. Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Coming up at 8:25, Brad Young, semi-co-host of the show, attorney Brad Young, will join us. We'll talk about what's going to happen with the Supreme Court nominee pick. Also, some of the ins and outs of what's going on with this Eric Greitens case from yesterday. I mean, the other candidates are now saying he needs to drop out, and there's not a lot of argument against it after the bombshell reports that came out yesterday from his custody case with Sheena, his ex-wife. And it is we're talking about the photograph, hitting her, beating kids. I mean, it's being approached by Sheena's mom and telling her why he was doing it. I mean, this is all her side, allegedly. But still, in a court of law, under oath, it's unbelievable. So anyway, we'll get into all of that. Also, from a legal standpoint, maybe what's still to happen with the core faith situation as well, because everything that we were told yesterday about trying to get out ahead of things by Tim Fitch kind of came true yesterday during a press conference. It was so much to get. Gosh, I'm just getting excited because there's so much to talk about. I do. That's why I do this. But anyway, in the midst of all of that, and your voice, Angela.
yes,
This from.
very sexy voice that I've got going on here.
Did somebody tell you that is?
No, but I'm trying.
Did Brendan tell you that?
Is that Kathleen Turner?
I'm trying to put that out in the universe here.
From Total Access Urgent Care.
Okay. Look, I sound great now.
Yeah, you just have to just whisper a little bit.
Okay, hi.
It'll help so you don't strain. You speak from your diaphragm. This is one thing.
No,
From your,
I was told that if you whisper, it's worse because it gives you more
it can.
strain.
It can, but from your diaphragm. Meaning talk slower from your diaphragm, or you're talking kind of from your stomach chest area. That's not working.
Okay.
From Total Access Urgent Care yesterday. We saw a record-breaking number of patients at 2 of our testing locations for COVID on Friday. So I got this yesterday, Monday. This was telling me from Friday, right before the weekend. People going and getting tested for COVID. They're like, all of a sudden, boom, something hit.
Okay.
I'm telling you what it is. It's allergies. It's
allergy.
because Glenn Zimmerman was talking about this. It all of a sudden hit because of our weather in the springtime.
Okay.
And I think that's what hit your voice.
Okay, probably.
With seasonal allergy symptoms mimicking COVID,
Ooh.
we are seeing quite a jump in testing. You guys want to do a story? We can.
But he's not seeing a jump in COVID, just a jump in the testing of the COVID.
No, it's not COVID. COVID's gone. As a matter of fact, St. Mary's Hospital yesterday had 0 COVID patients for the first time since
Yay.
before COVID.
Good for them. That's good for everybody.
0.
Wow.
0. Even though China is now going through it all again.
Yeah, well,
Tens of millions of people locked down because of COVID.
so that'll happen to us October.
Probably right before voting, where it's going to have to be mail-in voting.
Yeah, that's perfect timing.
Sorry. I don't know. I'm not as happy as I'm trying to be happy, but the more I read and study and learn about world things going on that we don't cover in mainstream media, that people don't talk about because we're all just worried about being happy and fun and entertained, that we don't get to hear about. It's been frustrating me. It's been saddening me. And the war is a part of that. So anyway, we'll get into all of that. But Angela, hopefully your voice
I hope it comes back.
works.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. Debbie says China probably infected their own people. Well, they were 636-695-2915, 636-695-2915. If you want to give Angela a call. Brendan's here, Angela. I'm Vic Faust with Fox 2. I'm here. We told you what's coming up at 8:25 with Brad Young. You can also jump it on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. As always, share the show. The more people who hear, the more people can be entertained, the more people can be informed as well. We're also on streaming at viperrocks.com. Once again, viperrocks.com. Jump in on the chat line on Facebook as well. We try to get to your comments, see where you want to go with the show, and make the most of it that we can. Angela, you're not alone. People are all talking about this. My son got really edgy. He was pretty sick on Saturday when he got back from Florida. It's allergies. I see it. He doesn't see it. He thinks he's dying. I'm like, no, I see it. I know it. I know what's happening.
He's dying. How old is he?
Well, he's 17, but he does that a lot, though. That's kind of his thing to go through. So a lot of people jumping in already on this. Drew, can we say that Eric Greitens is finished? After this, I think he is. It's unfortunate. Eric Schmidt, one of his competitors for the Senate seat, Dave Schatz, they both came out yesterday and said Eric Greitens must step down. He has to step down. This is, you can't have a physical abuser running for office, and why would Sheena Greitens be lying
and not ask for any money?
And not asking for, it's all about a custody case. It's all really, really, really bad for one Eric Greitens. She's also saying under oath, alleging that Greitens told her he did take the picture when they were trying to.
When he was getting his haircut?
Yeah. When they were trying to get, no, I mean, when they were trying to, salvage what they could, husband and wife, that he did take the picture. But I already knew he took the picture because, as I told before, and in his interview that he did with me right out of the gate, when I asked him, I said, Eric, did you take a picture of the woman? And he looked at me and said, Vic, everything we did was consensual. I said, Eric, did you take the picture? He refused to say yes or no. And I'm not about piling on people. I'm about bringing facts. And then he's like, everything we did was consensual. He refused to say yes or no at that point in time because we didn't. I don't think he knew if the picture could be found. Once the course of the investigation went on over a year, it wasn't until later, about a year later, year and a half later, that he started saying, oh, I did not take the picture. Now Sheena's saying, yeah, he told me he took it.
How narcissistic do you have to be to know that you've done all these things and stuff is starting to come out, but then you decide to come back and want to make another run and not think that the rest is going to come out as well? He'd already
he's saying
gone
last
onto the
night.
radar.
He responded yesterday. He goes, "Oh, they're all lies." He's like, my ex-wife last week was meeting with political operatives. He's saying it's all. He says every single thing that's said about him is a lie.
Pretty narcissistic, then.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult to believe. I'm sorry. This ain't our first rodeo,
right?
And it's
once you get to a certain point and you have that many people saying things, and now your ex-wife, everybody knows that the person closest to you has the most dirt, right? Which is why most people stay really good. He probably shouldn't have asked for.
And I know Greitens has his supporters, but you read what is alleged, and starting with grabbing. I mean, Sheena Greitens has a great reputation. I mean, a great reputation. Was faithful, stood by his side through.
She picked a wrong dude, though.
Through everything that he had. And listen, I've known Eric a long time. We played soccer together on the same team back in 7th and 8th grade. I'm not trying to pile on. It's just these are news now. You report the news. Alleging cuffing the 3-year-old boy, hitting him, pulling the 3-year-old around by his hair. I mean, come on. You don't make that. I mean, pulling the 3-year-old around by his hair, stealing her keys, cell phone, not allowing her to leave. And then when it says, this is all from the court papers, when Sheena's mom approached Eric about why he did this to her, outraged, he said, well, I needed to stop her from making a mistake that would ruin my political career. This was back in 2018.
Wow. And cuffing, like when we were growing up, Vic, we might have called someone, biffed them upside the head. So it's kind of an open hand, like smack them on the head.
That's what I was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Open hand. That's what we were trying to figure that out. But like, cuffing is what?
So, but when he was asked to please step out of the race by his competitors, of course, they don't want, because the last polling we had, he was leading, quote, in that specific survey, but there was also 17% undecided when he had like a 4% lead. So it's a major, 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 major issue. That story's not going anywhere. And anytime that and guess what? The papers, and that's what I wanted to ask Brad Young about. Sometimes you can that stuff can be sealed, but it came out yesterday in court, and that's where it's going to be a big, big story. Because Greitens was pushing. But once again, Greitens is denying. He says every single thing that she says is a lie. I've been through a custody case.
Wouldn't he have been
I have
better off
experience
saying, you know what? Yes, some of this stuff is true. Because I feel saying all of it's a lie makes you look even worse.
Yeah, but then there's people like Kirk Brinkmeyer who say, well, they're just in a custody battle. Just saying. Guess what? I've been in a custody battle, and I'm telling you what. You're not going to lie, and you can't lie as much as you think. You may stretch the truth if you're a very, very bad person, but there's so many damn things here. And when you're a political figure on top of it, you need to find a new job, because guess what? Those things are there. They're not going anywhere.
Well, the same would be true for anybody, I think, in the public eye.
Yeah, exactly.
They had this kind of stuff.
It's unfortunate, and it sucks. It does. That's the problem. That's the problem here, that these court papers came out about that. So I don't know. But then when you have the other candidates who are there, who are just as good, who are right there with you, now it's just not a good look when the court papers come out. And then you say that your ex-wife is lying about everything, that she's meeting with political operatives. I mean,
That sounds like you're one of those tinfoil hats.
And this is all after what happened with the tying up of a woman in your basement, the alleged photograph, and of course, Sheena also saying, yeah, he told me he took the picture. So you're saying that she's lying about every single thing. A respected professor at the University of Missouri on foreign affairs, and she's lying about everything. That's what the critics of Eric are saying. So it's a big, 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 big story that's starting. That could, of course, end it. Now, here's the issue.
Okay.
Greitens also came out. He said, just like I said from the beginning, everybody lies about, and they've lied from the start, and they're continuing to lie. So he says every single thing that you're hearing is a lie.
And that's the big thing, like Angela just said too. Like, not everything. There's always some truth. No matter what it is, there's always some sort of truth in there when a story comes out.
But I promise you, Greitens supporters are going to say, oh, she's lying. And Greitens detractors will say, well, yeah, we all knew. Because in this day and age, we don't like to say that we're wrong, and we don't like to say that somebody we supported isn't what we thought.
Can you even support him at this point, though?
From a political standpoint, with what came out yesterday, from my news background, I say no, there's no way. It's DOA, because you have to be able to defend. First of all, you're trying to come back from some massive, massive, massive issues. I'm not just talking about being a regular citizen like the rest of us. This is public office.
Yep.
Right.
Now, on top of this, now you hear all the other things that are going on. So, and people will say whatever they need to say to protect whoever they want or to go after whatever they want. We're just reporting the facts. If you can read the court documents, Andy Banker did a phenomenal story last night on Fox 2 News at 10. Todd says Kim Gardner's happy today. Well, not really. Guess why? Kim's facing her own battle because of what she's involved with. And Brad Young's going to join us after the break, and we'll break it down more. You won't go anywhere. Share the show. See, here's another thing. Donna says, did she report it when it happened? No.
She was trying to save his political career at the time because she was still with him.
She went directly to her mom.
With him. Yeah.
Her mom then went to Greitens.
Spill it until you know it's over. That's just silly, Donna. You're just being silly.
Well, no, but there's people who, like I said, if you support somebody, sometimes you'll stick up for.
You can't be blind to everything.
Or if you are against somebody, you'll look for whatever you can find to go against them. Facts are facts. Just because it's a custody case. So to say that it's just a custody case, and I've been through one of the worst ones ever. Sorry.
Was it bad?
Yeah, my ex's attorney and my attorney both said it was one of the worst ones they've ever dealt with. It lasted about 5-6 years.
Wow.
It was a nightmare. But guess what? It was just your opinion of what was happening. But when physical violence and kids being hit and keys being taken and admitting to a picture, that's bizarro.
Right.
That's, once again, this isn't our first rodeo. But anyway, Brad Young's coming up. Sorry to go so long. We'll break this down, plus talk about the Supreme Court nominee pick. Also see if he has any opinions on this Cora Faith Walker situation. The public safety director yesterday came out.
I didn't see it.
It happened. Yeah, it came out. They didn't say anything about toxicology reports. They just said when she died, how it happened, and that there was nothing mysterious about it. Nothing. It was a woman who died. It was her time to die. It was just very weird. We'll get into all of it. So much to go. We're just getting started on a Tuesday, March 22nd. You're listening to The Edge with Brendan Shanahan, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust of Fox 2.
Morning Show is coming right back.
Hey, it's Shanny from the Legendary Lunch, and if you're hiring somebody to come in and do a project for you or your business, you need to trust them. And trust is built. Well, that's what Concrete Bob and everybody over at Concrete Masters does every day. They build trust, and they do it with quality work. And it shows in their porches and patios, the driveways and walkways they pour, the garages. Whether it's commercial or residential, Concrete Masters does it all. For new projects to tear out and replacement, if it's flat, Concrete Masters makes it great. So if you've got an upcoming concrete project and you don't call Concrete Masters, well, it's your own fault. Call them today, Concrete Masters, 314-486-0926. Tell them you want to speak to Concrete Bob and plan your next project today. 314-486-0926. It's Concrete Masters.
People's Bank and Trust is helping you get a grip on your finances with our new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills all from the palm of your hand. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net for more information and to start using mobile banking. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
With everything going on today, it's easy to forget to take care of ourselves. Compass Health Network is here to help. We provide a wide range of mental health, primary care, and dental services for the entire family. Whether you need to talk to a therapist, get a routine health checkup, or have a filling replaced, Compass Health Network is here for you in person or virtually. Call 844-853-8937 to schedule an appointment or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for more information.
Hey, it's Shanny for Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peter's carries a full line of automotive parts and paints. They're a PPG Platinum distributor of automotive paint and industrial coatings and auto body shop supplies. For over 40 years, your hometown auto parts store is Midnight Auto. Stop in at Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peter's, just off Mexico Road, 447-4000, 447-4000, on the web at mid-niteautosupply.com.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge on a Tuesday. It's March 22nd, 8:28 is our time. Brendan Shanahan's here. Angela Sharp, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. We are off and running. If you want to give us a call when we don't have a guest, that number is 636-695-2915. 636-695-2915. You can also jump in on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show. You can also stream us at viperrocks.com. Once again, viperrocks.com. Lots to get to today. Right now, we're going to jump in with our good friend, quasi-host, team member of the show, attorney Brad Young. Brad, good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning. We got a lot to get to. How you been?
We do. I'm doing great. Thank you.
We miss you. Whenever we get you on the show, it's a good time for us. Which one of the topics do you want to jump into first?
Well, let's talk about Ketanji Brown Jackson first, because we're going to be starting the actual question and answers today. And here's what I'm looking for. It's a fascinating look into how the Senate changes how they talk to Supreme Court candidates based upon whether they're Republicans or Democrats. Let me give you a quick example, Vic.
You're talking about the Supreme Court nominee for those of our listeners or viewers who may not be up to speed on Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah, but let me tell you, you've got some of the smartest listeners in radio, so they know what I'm talking about. But no, Ketanji Brown Jackson is going to be facing the Senate Judiciary Committee today, and she's going to be taking questions. Yesterday was just the opening statements, but today and tomorrow at least will be questions from the senators. And when Ginsburg was up there, when Ruth Buzzy Ginsburg was facing her nomination, at that point in time, there was something created called the Ginsburg Rule. That became, and actually that's when Joe Biden was the chair of the Judiciary Committee. And under the Ginsburg Rule, nominees could refuse to answer anything about how they interpret the Constitution on issues like abortion. They could basically refuse to answer anything except, what's your favorite color, and if you were a tree, what would you be? Anything more detailed than that, they were allowed to refuse, and it wasn't a problem. And then when you contrast that with Amy Coney Barrett, where she was being attacked for not expressing specific opinions regarding how she would rule on the Affordable Care Act, on abortion, and on an entire range of issues. So the question is, do we have the Ginsburg Rule or do we have the Barrett Rule? I suspect, since it's a Democrat nominee, we'll have the Ginsburg Rule starting this week, meaning that Ketanji Brown Jackson isn't going to really answer anything substantive, and the Democrats will be just fine with that.
Well, the one thing, we're talking with Brad Young, local attorney, also KMOX radio voice. She's going to be nominated, Brad. You know that?
Yes.
I know that. And Democrats could nominate her without one single Republican vote. However, they'd like to see some bipartisan, and in this day and age, because we're all beaten down too, and maybe because she's not as wild of a pick as some thought Biden would make, she's going to be nominated. But you're right. The process, not only did Amy Coney Barrett get treated that way, but so did the justice before her, Kavanaugh.
Yeah,
Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh was character assassination. Let's just call it what it was.
And there were never any. So what, could the Republicans stage something against Ketanji? Because the only Republican I see that has been outspoken against her in any way has been Missouri's own Josh Hawley.
Yeah, I don't see that happening unless there's something that the Senate Judiciary, the Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee have discovered. Unless that's the case, yeah, she will be nominated and approved to go to the Supreme Court. I don't see anything, at least from what I've seen in my research, which I'm reading this stuff all the time. I haven't seen anything that would block her nomination, and she will pull some Republican votes on this.
Absolutely, she will.
In the absence of some smoking gun that we're not seeing. But the real issue that Josh Hawley brings up is a legitimate one, but it's not as sexy as the stuff that was brought, the lies that were spread during Kavanaugh. This isn't as sexy, but there's an entire string of cases here, Vic, where when she was a judge, Ketanji Brown Jackson consistently reduced the sentences for those who were convicted of child pornography and those who were convicted of being child predators. And I don't really understand that. And this takes just a second to describe. There's something called sentencing guidelines, where if someone is sentenced to go to prison, the federal guidelines specify that you have to sentence them based on the crime that they're convicted of. You have to sentence them within a certain range of months. It's always in terms of months. And you can expand that, make it more severe based on certain circumstances, and you can make it less severe based upon certain circumstances. But you're going to hear today, I promise you, you're going to hear today questions about a guy named Neil Stewart. Neil Stewart was convicted in 2017 of trying to solicit and have relations with a 9-year-old girl. And when he was arrested and convicted, they also found child pornography on his computers. And in that instance, the sentencing guidelines for his crime said that he should have been sentenced between 97 months and 127 months. And yet Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson only sentenced him to about 56 months. Well, and I mean like almost half of the minimum of the sentencing guidelines, without any explanation as to why he should be receiving a lower sentence. And then once he was released from prison, he was arrested again for, guess what, the same type of charges. So there's a history, a pattern of this with her in terms of her judicial philosophy. And I promise you that at least Josh Hawley, if not others, are going to bring this up.
And Josh Hawley yesterday also came out. I was surprised. He was kind of praising her yesterday in his comments. I'm not sure if you saw this or not, but thanking her for being so forthcoming and direct and straightforward answering his questions when he had a chance to meet with her privately. I don't know what that is going to prelude today, but I was like, oh, everything is very happy and positive now with this pick. So when I heard Josh Hawley yesterday be as positive as the only outspoken voice really against her, at least the one that's getting media coverage, I went, not only is she going to pass, she's going to pass through with flying colors, regardless
your
of that
analysis is
history.
Spot on. Listen, Ketanji Brown Jackson is an impressive individual. She's an outstanding academic when she was in school. She's extremely articulate. She's, by all accounts, very personable. In other words, she's not just some academic, but she's also very personable.
She
and
smiles
relatable.
a lot, too.
Yes. And so for all of those reasons, she was literally the perfect candidate for Biden. My problem with it is that for her entire term on the Supreme Court, at least from my perspective, she will have to have an asterisk next to her name because the way Biden said, I will only choose a black female for the Supreme Court, at that point, it seems as if she's only the most qualified black female, not the most qualified candidate. And frankly, from if you take bias out of it here, Vic, she probably is the most qualified candidate out there right now. But because Biden's insistence to limit it to only black females, there's always going to be an asterisk next to her name, which is always the problem with quotas, because even if someone is outstanding, the assumption is they only got there because of their race or gender.
Well, that is a big story that we're going to continue to follow. I guess final question on that issue is, when would she be vote? When would this vote take place, and how quickly will she be elected in or nominated in?
Yeah, the vote will take place over the next 2 weeks. What happens is once she passes out of the Senate Judiciary Committee, it then goes to the floor, and all of the senators can voice either support or opposition to her. And I would see a vote within the next 2 weeks.
All right, we're talking with Brad Young, our member of the show, local attorney. Brad, another big topic yesterday with everything else that you had going on. Did you see or read or hear about all of the just craziness that's going on regarding Sheena Greiten's accusations in court? Aren't these normally sealed documents?
Yes. These are normally sealed documents. But let me give you a quick trip down memory lane. Back over in Illinois, back when Republicans could get elected in Illinois, it was about 20 years ago, and there was a candidate by the name of Jack Ryan, not the Tom Clancy Jack Ryan, but Jack Ryan, who was a longtime politician.
He became governor.
Yes, he was going to become the senator. He was
senator.
running for the Senate. And all the polling data showed he was going to win by large margins. And then the divorce records came out. He was married to Jerry Ryan, and so for all of Star Trek fans out there, that would be 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager and Star Trek Picard. And so when those divorce records came out, even though they were sealed, when they came out, Vic, that literally torpedoed the candidacy of Jack Ryan, and because he had to bow out at the last minute, and some unknown candidate ran for the Senate from the state of Illinois, that unknown Republican candidate got slaughtered by whom? None other than Barack Obama. So had these records not come out, we would never have had Barack Obama as president, at least not when we did, because he would not have beaten Jack Ryan for the Senate in any way. So I only mention that to say, number one, Star Trek gave us President Obama. But secondly, I mentioned that story seriously to say that there's unknown consequences when you have this kind of information coming out. And we're going to be seeing this in real time when it comes to Eric Greitens.
When you talk about a situation like this, and of course, these court documents weren't sealed, so we're able to see these. You're not a family law attorney, but you know them, and you know how these things go. You know how they work. What is the likelihood that a Sheena Greitens would be lying about every single thing that she says? This is a well-respected woman, a professor at the University of Missouri as well, somebody who actually stood through Greitens. And we're not doing a hit job. We're just talking about the facts today,
right,
about what came out in a report like this. Eric Greitens responds by saying, they're all lies. She was meeting with political operatives last week.
Yeah, from my perspective, Vic, and I've seen this countless times, what happens is generally there can be an exaggeration. In other words, when someone comes out and says abuse, there might be a question as to whether or not that actually rises to the level of abuse. But most of the time, whenever there are specific allegations of specific incidences, those are not false. And so when you look at these allegations from the former Mrs. Greitens about striking children and grabbing hair, and those instances usually are not simply fabricated. What's the only exaggeration that happens is in the application of those occurrences, but not in the occurrences themselves. So obviously none of us truly know what went on in the Greitens household. We simply don't know. It's all speculation. But simply based upon my experience, when those specific occurrences are alleged, they're generally true.
Would anything happen to Eric Greitens, or is it all done when it comes to the, quote, photograph? Because as she says, quote, after Eric admitted to me in late January 2021 that he had taken the photo that resulted in the invasion of privacy charge, he threatened that I would be exposed to legal jeopardy if I ever disclose that fact to anyone, even family members or a therapist.
So I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. But what was your question?
My question is, when she says that, or at least when it's there, can anything happen to Eric Greitens anymore regarding a, quote, picture because of her saying that he admitted to her that he did indeed take the picture?
Yeah, nothing can happen whatsoever, Vic, because when it was dismissed, it wasn't just dismissed outright. It was dismissed with prejudice, which means when there's a dismissal with prejudice, that means that the prosecuting attorney, or in this instance, the circuit attorney in St. Louis, Kim Gardner, is barred from refiling those charges. So those are gone. And even though you might be able to come up with a different charge, like, for example, lying under oath or fraud or obstruction of justice or something else like that, the likelihood of that happening is slim to none.
Can you take your lawyer hat off for a second and give us your Brad Young radio host personality? Can you bring this to the table for a second?
Sure, you got it. Hats off.
What?
And actually, my hourly billable rate just plummeted. But
Yeah, of course it did. And by the way, you have a large bill at the station that we need to pay you. I'm sure there's a lot of people who owe you. What do you see happening with this Eric Greitens? I mean, can you put your... I don't think there's any way he survives this. And now you've got Eric Schmitz and Dave Schatz, two Senate candidates. Of course, they're saying that he needs to get out here ASAP. Right. Even the allegation of multiple things happening, not just one occasion, but multiple instances of physical violence, and now alleging that he did indeed say, and she's saying this and put in court records, that he did this, that he needs to step away right now.
Well, two factors I think that's going to drive this issue here, Vic. First of all, inside Jefferson City, it's a poorly kept secret that the folks in Jefferson City do not want Eric Greitens to win the nomination for the Republican nomination, because the fear and concern, and there's polling data out there that shows this. I haven't seen it, but I've been told that there's significant polling data that says even if he wins the Republican nomination, he could end up losing the general election because of all of these issues. So Jefferson City, there's a legitimate concern about this. But secondly, you know as well as I do, Vic, what matters in politics is money and perception. And if the people who are backing Eric, because he's a Navy SEAL, he's not going to back down. He's going to fight him until hell freezes over and then fight on the ice, because that's what Navy SEALs do. But the question becomes if the people supporting him, either monetarily or just supporting his campaign, if they start to get nervous because of these allegations, and I promise you they will, if he starts to lose money and support, then at some point, if he wants to try to do this again or maintain those relationships, he's going to bow out. And then thirdly, even though I only said two, but thirdly, when you look at the polling numbers right now, before this information came out between Eric Greitens and Eric Schmidt, there was only about a 5 to an 8 point difference between their positions, according to polling data. And this is easily enough to tip the scales in favor of Eric Schmidt when it comes to winning the Republican primary.
Well, I'll be curious to see what happens. By the way, Eric Greitens denies all of it. He said everything is a lie. He said none of it's true. And he said that's been that way from the start. I guess, which brings us into the other situation. We got about 5 minutes left. You can hang with us. Can you update us? Because Eric Greitens still says this all started with Kim Gardner. Can you remind people again, Kim Gardner's situation? Because Kim's still facing the hot seat as well.
She is. She was supposed to proceed to a hearing on the ethics charges. There's a 72-page complaint against Kim Gardner outlining all of the ways that she violated the Missouri Code of Ethics when it came to the prosecution of Eric Greitens and her use of illegal testimony from William Tisby. And so that 72-page complaint, that was supposed to go to a hearing in February. It got continued. It's now set for a hearing in April. So could it be continued again? It's possible. Continuances are very common in court, as everyone knows, but the more continuances you get, the more difficult it is to get the next one. So there's already been at least 2 continuances. So there's a good chance this could proceed to a hearing in April. And when the Missouri Supreme Court rules on this, and I'm predicting that they will rule finding her to be in violation of the Missouri Ethics Code, when that happens, and if her law license is either suspended or if she's disbarred, I don't think she'll be disbarred, but I'm confident that she'll be suspended. When that happens, under Missouri law, she's automatically ineligible to be the circuit attorney, and Governor Parson would be empowered to appoint her replacement.
And there you have it. Brad, before we let you go today, anything else that you want to let everybody know when we can catch you doing your radio thing, Brad of Many Hats?
Yes, I do have many hats. I'll be on Camo X tomorrow night from 8 to 10, and then I'll be on 97.1 FM Talk on Thursday from 4 to 6.
All right. There you have it. Brad, we love you. We appreciate you. You're the best, man. Thanks for the education this morning.
Always happy, Vic. You're the best.
All right, Brad Young. The Love Fest has now ended. There we go. Are you caught up to speed, Angela?
I feel like I am, yeah. There's a lot happening.
And what are your thoughts?
I just feel like I took a final again. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm trying to follow all the law side of everything.
A lot going on.
No, there really is. That whole thing from Kim Gardner to Eric Greitens, it's I can tell you this much. I do want it to be in our rearview mirror. I do. It's like, let's get through this and move on. Whatever happened, happened. Let's take care of this and move on. We have a big election coming up.
And I can't wait. Brad Young really does have his finger on the pulse of so much stuff. It's crazy. Every time he's on, I feel like I've just had this knowledge punch in the face.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's terrific. That's why we bring him on when we can.
Knowledge punch in the face.
So that Amy says justice is blind. George didn't tell Eric to abuse his son or cheat on his wife from Drew, talking about George Soros. Todd wants to know who would take her place. Who knows? They would have to appoint somebody. That could be, if she was removed for any point in time, that I can't even think of the ramifications in the story that's going to be in St. Louis. Donna says, funny how it always comes after the woman gets cheated on, not during. If all that was happening, I would have left him.
And that means you're a stronger woman than she was. There are lots and lots of women who get themselves into situations like that where they don't know how to get out, or they don't see a way out, or maybe they still love him and don't want to blow up his whole career to get out. I know my voice sounds awful, but that really, really irritates me, and that's going to make me super passionate about it, because so many women get abused or see their children get abused and have no way out. Because you or be a stronger woman doesn't mean that none of this happened. It just means that you wouldn't have done that. Now, I would say myself, I probably also wouldn't get myself in that situation, but you don't know until you're in it. And when you are in it, if you've been in it and got out right away, then that is the only time you can say that's what you would do, because you have no idea what happens behind closed doors, and to get all passionate and upset about something, and to maybe even still love this guy even though he's mistreating you. She did what she had to do. She stayed with him until he resigned. Then she said, okay, I'm going to divorce him. And now they're going through something else where she has to spill the beans. She probably wouldn't have if he didn't fight her for custody of these kids.
And she did stand by him the whole way. The divorce, as I found out after, started right after. I think it was in like 30 to 45 days after he resigned. Then she quietly, and they did it quietly. I was told to go find it, and I found their attorney, who was in Columbia, Missouri, that they were both using, and they kept it very quiet. And it eventually came out, but she filed right afterwards, and they did it very, very, very quietly. It could have been a loud, crazy thing, but it wasn't. She could have made it public. Yep. She kept it very, very quiet. That's why when you look at people, you look at the whole portfolio of who they are and how they have been for a period of time. And of course, she's also alleging, oh, you're amen, Angela. Preach, Angela. Exactly, Angela. It's a horrible cycle.
I'm sorry. Unless you've been in that situation, you don't get to say what would have happened.
Donna said, I did, Angela. I should have made him lose his job, I guess.
Totally different thing. This is a totally different thing. None of this other stuff would have came out if he didn't fight her for custody of those children. She is now trying to protect those children and have full custody of those kids. If he would have said, you can have full custody of those kids, I bet we wouldn't be talking about that today, right now on the radio.
Yeah, Drew Collins says exactly. She stood by him. Most women would have left him a long time ago. Of course, the opinions are varied. He has the supporters. He also has the detractors, and it's a big story that we've been covering, and it's going to get bigger, too. The story's not going away, because guess what? If Greitens stays in this race,
he's got to get out.
Guess what it becomes? This race becomes a national mockery.
Yes.
Every candidate that he's going against will be bringing it up.
The other candidates.
They're going to they'll have to bring it up. They've already said it's time to leave. Just come on. There's 6 candidates for U.S. Senate seat from Missouri right now. By the way, we're going to be interviewing every one of them on Fox 2. I'm doing it myself, and we'll be bringing that to you in the next month or so as well. So we're putting those interviews together right now.
Okay, because we need to know who they are.
Well, there's Vicky Hartzler, Mark McCloskey.
Oh, the gun guy. I'm sorry, he will forever be the gun guy.
Dave Schatz, Billy Long, Eric Greitens, and Eric Schmidt. Those are your 6 candidates. It's very, very, very bizarre to have 6 of them. But that's just on the Republican side.
I don't think any of them sound good.
Really?
I don't know.
Really?
I'm not really in love with any of them.
I'm saying that he's who people should vote for, but one of them is having super, super success in the job that he's in.
Yeah, I know.
Eric Schmidt has kicked butt, whether people like what he's doing or not.
He's by far the one that you're like, okay, he's a legit candidate. I mean, and with everything that Greitens going through right now, it's like, just check them off the list. You know, are you going to, is gun guy, gonna get
He will forever be gun guy.
Yeah.
McCloskey. All
He's
right.
rifle and his wife is pistol.
Oh,
right?
my God.
That's right.
We got to take a quick break. That's already an hour down, just like that. How fast it goes, the fastest 2 hours of Morning Talk Radio. We'll get into more coming up right after the break from the national perspective. Also, what are the habits that your coworkers do? The traits that they have that drive you crazy.
I'm going to go with having a bad voice and dancing about it.
I don't know, showing up late.
Oh, that's Eric.
Eric Johnson just walked in. We love him. Hey, we'll get back with the second hour just after this. You're listening to The Edge with Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust to Fox 2.
The other shows because we're a lot smarter.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Shop local with Revolution Mattress in O'Fallon. When you come in, you talk to the owners, Kevin and Lisa. No high pressure and no salesperson stalking you through the store. Kevin and Lisa will help you pick out the perfect mattress for your body and sleep position. Most of their products are made in America with a 10-year non-prorated warranty. See why Revolution Mattress has 5-star ratings on Google and Facebook reviews. Revolution Mattress, locally owned on Main Street in O'Fallon.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Travers Automotive and RV grand opening in Wentzville across the highway from the GM plant is happening right now. We have a selection of over 1,000 new late model cars and trucks with new vehicles arriving daily. Shop from all makes, all models with financing for everyone. Looking for an RV? We also have over 200 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes from Mesa Ridge, Open Range, KZ, Winnebago, Dutchman, and a great selection of used RVs. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, or RV, make Travers Automotive RV your one-stop destination. Located off Highway 70 at the Highway A exit.
The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Guys, welcome back to the show. It's 8:58. Here's looking for morning headlines. Missouri. MoDOT is planning to shift I-70 to the southwest. I think you know that if you live in St. Charles County. Maybe you don't. The plans involve the part of the highway from Wentzville Parkway to Route Z. It's going to add lanes and replace an existing railroad bridge. over I-70. There's a meeting today to take public opinion and explain what's going on from 4 to 6 via WebEx. You can go to fox2now.com to get the site address to jump in from a public standpoint to see what's going on with that. All right. There's a new voting system that could come into play at some point in time. Better Elections Amendment is what it's called by Scott Charton. What they're trying to do is it would allow people, no Republicans, no Democrats would be listed. People would judge or rank their top 4 choices, 1 to 4, requiring a candidate to receive more than 50% of the vote to win. If a candidate didn't, they would have another vote. It's to try to make sure that a candidate is appealing to all people or as many people as possible instead of it just being a straight Republican, straight Democratic ticket. We've been talking about the Eric Greitens situation with Sheena Greitens. He is denying abuse allegations. He went on the O'Bannon show last night where he was referred to as Commander Greitens. Anyway, he's denying that right now, saying that they're all lies. So we'll see what happens with that situation. As a matter of fact, hopefully we can get Eric's point of view at some point in time on the show as well. No survivors were found in China in an Eastern plane crash. That was sad. There's been totals everywhere from 122 to 132 people. There's also a picture I saw on Fox News that saw the plane just falling straight from the sky, going straight down, taking a nosedive into the mountain. A very sad, sad situation. And how about this right now? St. Louis police, firefighter unions are now meeting because they have negotiations coming up. And they say it's time to pay them the money that they deserve and have earned with the excess from the American Rescue Act that the city has. Plus, oh yeah, the Ram settlement money, or they could strike. Let's look at your morning headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
This is the Edge Morning Show. The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
This is Sharp on Sports. Now, here's Angela Sharp.
I told you yesterday to be on the look for a couple of defensemen. That's right, the Blues made a trade with Detroit. So Detroit will get Jake Walkman and Oscar Sundquist, plus a 2023 second-round draft pick. St. Louis gets Nick Leddy and Luke Witkowski. Those are a couple of defensemen like we told you to look out for. Now, the Blues are in Washington tonight. Puck drops at 6 o'clock. But get this, David Perron, who you guys know I love David Perron. I loved him since he wore white skates. Well, he is on 6 consecutive games and has 12 goals over the last 9. So he's on a roll. Mike Sillinger is the only Blue player in the last 25 years to have a longer goal streak than Perron. And guess what? Yachty's at spring training. So everything is right in the world.
Except his weight.
What? Why you gotta be on Yachty like that?
Oh, I'll get on a second. Yeah, because Yachty.
Why you gotta get on Yachty like that?
Yachty's been to too many potties. I can tell you that much. We'll get into that in a second. I'm sorry, it's bad.
Sports. That's sports. That's sports.
The Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'll explain myself in a moment.
Eric's here though.
It's the Edge, and Eric Johnson just showed up. But Eric,
I'm so happy you're here, Eric.
Eric already gave me his note from his parents, and I checked off on it.
Yeah,
I checked off on it quite nicely. Eric Johnson's here, Brendan Shanahan, Angela Sharp, I'm Vic Faust of Fox News. Not that I have any power, but I just understood. That's what I mean.
It's cool. How y'all doing?
Hey, it's the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. The gang's all
great.
here.
We're doing great.
For Eric, it's the fastest hour.
Hey, that was a great interview with talking about Greitens.
Yeah, Brad Young. He's pretty damn good, isn't he?
Fantastic.
He's really good.
He's a 3-stationer. He's on this station, KMOX, and in 97.1. He's a rock star.
You know what we call Brad, don't you? Brad the Brain.
He's very smart like
Brad
that.
the Brain. He's a genius. Brad gets us up to date. Hey, guys, happy Tuesday. It's March 22nd. We got rain for the next couple days at the St. Louis area. We know we have listeners all across the country, some in other countries themselves, but we're going to get into a lot of topics this next hour.
Whenever you sigh like that, I know we're in for a treat.
Well, no, it's just that we've got so much still to get to. I want to talk about what's happening with our first responders. I see something bad coming, and I'll get into that because I just did a news headline about it. If anybody wants to chime in on the Greitens Sheena situation, I did reach out to Eric. As a matter of fact, it was interesting. I just got a text from Eric about 5 minutes ago because we've been trying to lock him down for one of these interviews. I told you I was going to be interviewing all 6 of them, and we'll run them every night. I do a lot of our political stuff at the station, and I did ask him if he wanted to come on and maybe defend himself. I said, hey, listen, we just gave Sheena's side of the story and had an attorney. If you want to come on, let us know. So I don't know if he would.
He will. He has to.
No, he doesn't.
He has to. I'm telling you right now, okay, as much as I like Greitens, or as much as I don't like Greitens, whichever one it is, I look at it like this. If someone says, hey, look, here's a house, it's a mansion, and usually it's $1 million. But I'll tell you what,
Are the Chiefs involved in this?
No.
Okay.
And you really like this mansion.
That's
like
about his analogy from yesterday, people. Sorry.
And you really like this mansion and this nice house and it backs up the woods. And they say, look, it's $1 million. I'll sell it to you for $250,000. You're like, I'm going to buy that thing no matter what. And then you find out that the foundation's cracked and the windows need a lot of work. And the pool in the backyard is about to crack and it's going to drain all over.
Like your pool?
Like my pool. Exactly right. And then all of a sudden you go, well, maybe I still will do this. And boom! There's murder hornets in the attic. You're like, it's a $1 million house for $200,000. At some point, your better senses, even though you like this guy and he's a Republican, conservative, blah, 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 there's a point where you go, I'm out. I can't do this. Where's the other house? Oh, look, the other house is $100,000. It has no problems, and I'm moving my family in there. That's what Eric Schmidt is. He seems vanilla to a lot of people. It doesn't seem like he has the backing. I was amazed when I heard Vic say that he was polling higher than Eric Schmidt.
But we've been talking about that for a month.
But
it was the first poll. It was the first poll, but here's the thing. He had like a 4 or 5% percentage point lead, but 17% said they were undecided. That is an incredible,
it's a big number, right?
Huge number.
But I think what you're seeing is people think that he's the mansion that has some dings in it and I can go fix it up. There's no fixing him up. It's over. It is over. There's too much. First of all, you have too many liberal media outlets that are going to be pushing against him. I was watching about it this morning on Channel 5. Sorry, Vic. And they were just slamming him. I mean, it was relentless. There was no other side. It was like they don't want him. So if they don't want him that bad, they'll bring every little minutia story out, and it will just cut him to death.
We got the best Facebook line ever. Todd says, murder hornets, I'm out.
Exactly.
Aaron says, referring to me, saying, oh, do the Kansas City Chiefs have anything to do with this analogy? Aaron says, no, Vic, he's talking about the Rams. Sounds like the construction on the dome.
Exactly.
Eric is the worst real estate agent ever.
Yes.
Drew Collins. Can we save this? Somebody take a picture of this, a screenshot. Exactly, Eric. Rob says, gut feeling, where there is smoke, there's fire. Goodbye, Greitens. But once again, if you're just joining us back from the break, I was talking to Eric about an interview that we'll have set up. I did offer him the opportunity to come on and give his side of the story. We try to be fair, we do, and give everybody the side. So I've not heard back yet. He may have time to do that. He may not. But Eric has joined us.
He better make time.
Eric has joined us on the show before. Well, you don't know. Hey, just being fair, you don't know if somebody's at a meeting.
Blitz.
Well, he started with was O'Bannon. What's O'Bannon's first name again? The guy, the Trump guy.
Yeah. Come on, gentlemen.
Our Facebook line will give it to us.
Mike?
Eric did an interview with him last night when Eric came on, O'Bannon called him Commander Greitens. Welcome to the show.
It was Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon. I was saying O'Bannon. Steve Bannon.
So no, so
maybe he will call us.
There's
see.
no reason.
We're not as big as the Steve Bannon show, but I think we're better.
Here's the deal. This is a layup. Missouri will put a Republican in this seat. You do not want the door cracked open for a liberal to come in there and somehow get this seat. You don't want it. You don't want the conversation. You want Eric Greitens to support Eric Schmidt. Period. Discussion is over. Let's move back to COVID.
What?
You want Greitens to be a good conservative. Say, I'm dropping out of this thing. I'm done.
He's not going to
He has
support
to do
Schmidt.
that. Why not?
He just won't.
Who does he want?
And guess what?
Sam Page?
Guess what? If Greitens were to run on, if Greitens were to win this, Eric Schmidt would not be backing Eric Greitens. Not after everything.
This is the
that's
dumbest
here.
conversation. This is another one of those dumb
Okay.
conversations. I'll
All
tell you
right.
why. Because I saw people in Trump's administration on Fox News, mind you, that said, I'm not supporting Trump. I'm a never Trumper. So who the hell are you going to vote for on the next presidential election? Are you going to vote for 200-year-old Joe Biden, maybe Kamala Harris? Or are you going to say, Trump's policies were great, so the Republicans need to support the Republicans? Greitens, do everybody a favor. Drop out. This is too much of an uphill battle now. Eric Schmidt, I want to come to the inauguration party. Good day.
Does this mean you're trying to get Platinum Rock Legends to play?
Hell no, I'm partying that night.
Okay, well, isn't that what you do while you play?
No, I'm a very, very conservative bass player on stage. I never drink.
Okay. What do your coworkers do that drives you nuts? A list of annoying things that coworkers do.
Come to work with a bad voice.
No, your voice is all fine. Okay. One of my pet peeves is on this list.
Yeah.
One of Eric's pet peeves is on this list.
How many of the things on the list are things I do?
I don't know. We'll go down the list and decide.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
These aren't in any particular order.
Okay.
When
Perfume.
when they schedule a meeting, and then at the meeting they ask what the meeting should be about.
They don't have an itinerary?
That sounds like Eric.
Okay, I don't think
I
I've ever.
don't
I'm
do that.
teasing.
No, I have.
I'm teasing.
We brought you all here today to talk about what we should talk about.
Number 2 is mine. Just a pet peeve. Sipping beverages loudly or drinking loudly. I was afraid to say this to let you know. Yeah, that sucks. Literally.
I think we both did it, so there you go.
Oh, another one. Have you ever seen Joe Cool Guy at the grocery store or wherever using the speakerphone for personal calls as they walk around?
Yes.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So you have to be the third party to their
Yeah.
phone call as if you're supposed to be on it. Number 4, asking questions while in a neighboring stall in the bathroom.
Never.
What? That's never even happened.
Not even close.
that's the
Not even
worst.
close.
That's the worst.
What? You guys have dealt with
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
And this is all at work, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Strange eating habits like eating popcorn with a spoon.
Wait, what? Is that not? Is that weird?
They may do that at Delmar Gardens.
I eat popcorn with a spoon. I'll put it like
No,
in
you
a-
don't.
Yes, I do. Like I'll pour it out of the bag, like that white cheddar popcorn. I'll pour it out of the bag.
Because you want it in your fingers.
And I
Can
don't
you
want
bring
it on
some
my
popcorn in
fingers,
tomorrow? I would
and I'll
actually
eat it
like.
with the
I've
spoon.
never seen anybody eat
I know
popcorn
somebody
with
who
a
eats
spoon.
Cheetos with a toothpick.
You're kidding.
They eat Cheetos with a toothpick because they don't want the yellow stuff on
Stuff
their
that-
fingers.
Yeah, I don't want the popcorn, the white stuff of the popcorn in my hand, so I'll eat it
What are
with a
you
spoon.
doing? And they're like, it's
my
like mini hors
word.
d'oeuvres. Each one's in a different hors d'oeuvre.
All right. Pushing their multi-level marketing side hustle on you.
Hey, did I tell you guys how much money?
Yeah. Hey, would you buy some long distance phone cards?
Singing,
Oh, I do that all the time.
being passive aggressive,
No.
talking nonstop about their pets, especially cats.
No, I could care less about that.
And I saved the best for last.
Here we go. I know what it is.
For Eric,
I know what it is.
taking their shoes off.
That's horrible.
I hate that.
But there's a worse one.
There
That
is.
it's not on this list,
What is it?
and that's putting your fish sandwich in the microwave
Oh my God! Or burnt popcorn.
or burnt popcorn.
Those are the two worst
Burnt
smells
popcorn,
ever.
burnt popcorn is an accident, right?
Burnt popcorn just makes you hungry.
You can deal with burnt popcorn. Somebody brings old fish and cooks it in the microwave. That is a horrible individual. What kind of monster does something like that? Or eats tuna salad, tuna fish on an airplane. Brings a tuna fish sandwich
my
on
God.
an airplane.
I can't take this
You're in a
conversation.
giant tube. Don't bring tuna.
How about this? Never mind. You know what? Never mind.
But as far as like the
See-
no shoes thing, ugh.
See, I don't want to piss anybody off. We're serious on the show. We get some serious topics, but we also balance it with a little fun. It's our fun time. Now I don't want to piss us off with tuna on an airplane. Oh, Donna
It's
says
National
whistling.
Goof Off Day.
Donna, that drives me crazy too. People walking around in the newsroom whistling. There's a couple. We had a guy.
How-
you guys remember Rich Gould?
Yeah,
I love him.
Rich is awesome.
Love
One of my
him.
favorite people. He's
Channel
retired,
11.
of course. Yeah, it was
Love
Channel
him.
11.
Love
Although he was jolly and jovial,
This is why I love
Here
him.
we go.
like Santa Claus.
Yes.
I love him.
And he would whistle all the time. And he was the only guy that heard like whistling that it was like, oh, it works. It works with Rich.
Works with him.
because that's who he is. He looks like, even when he's not whistling, he's a guy that looks like he's do whistling. You know what I mean?
I love him.
Oh, Amy's like popping their gum.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I guess it would be. This one, I have dealt with this, and I dealt with this one in the last couple months because it gave me an instantaneous headache. And people know, and if you don't know, you can get instantaneous headaches because I asked my doctor from smells.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
This woman said a hideous perfume smell.
Yeah, or cologne.
Okay.
Cologne goes the other way. It goes the other way.
That actually happened to me one time. I was doing a presentation at a insurance company. I was doing marketing back then, and I walked into the conference room, and the CEO goes, "Oh no, we have to do this later." And everybody looked around and goes, "Why?" And she pointed right at me, and she goes, "Because he's wearing cologne, and I'm allergic to it." And so I had.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Somebody said they've actually seen somebody eat their Snickers with a knife and fork.
That's just a commercial. That was a commercial. Did you see there's a commercial of a dude eating
Yeah, but the
Snickers with
Cheeto, you said it was Cheetos that you know
Cheetos
somebody.
with a toothpick.
I
Yeah.
do think
Is that
back
your wife?
Back in the
Oh,
weight
it was a
loss-
Seinfeld. That was the Seinfeld episode.
Back in the weight loss days, though, they did say if you ate like your candy bar and stuff with like a knife and a fork, it would take you longer. So it would like you would not want to eat more candy bars.
Just don't eat it.
Rosalind's on the phone if you want to talk.
Rosalind, what do you get for you?
I had a gal that I worked with in a hair salon, and she would go in the back room, and she'd just grab food, and sometimes it was hers, and sometimes it wasn't. So one day we were going to go out on a Saturday morning. They were going to go get some fish sandwiches at McDonald's. Near that McDonald's was a pet store, so I had the girl go in the pet store and get a live goldfish. And so I took and I put the live goldfish in her fish sandwich. So she goes back there and she grabs this fish sandwich, and she starts to do this, and all of a sudden she sees this thing sticking its head out and wiggling. We just died. I mean, you heard the loudest scream in that back room, but it cured her. So I just thought I'd share that.
You nasty lady, Rosalind.
How many times did you have to go to confession on that one?
I didn't. It was. If you knew this girl's track record, you'd think I did it. I was miles.
Poor goldfish.
Yeah, what happened to the goldfish?
I laughed at it too. She, I knew she would think it was funny in the end, and she did.
What
But
happened
it
to
did
the
send the
goldfish?
message in a nice way.
Well, the goldfish went to
What
meet its
happened
maker.
to the goldfish? Because goldfish are my favorite animal, and now I'm sad.
Animal?
No, and I was
Goldfish
in the
count?
back door because I was waiting because I didn't want her to do anything to the fish. I was going to scream, "Don't eat that!" But she saw it first, so I didn't have to do that.
Rosalind, thank you for the story. We appreciate it.
It's like an evil Dr. Seuss character.
That's the
Kinda.
worst sushi ever. That is terrible.
Angela, I've only swallowed a couple goldfish in my life.
You're hurting my
You
feelings.
did. Was that frat stuff?
You know, 8th grade.
8th grade?
Yeah, I think it was two of
my
them.
favorite animal. I love goldfish.
That's they're only about
Really?
only about 15 of them were consumed. Don't worry.
Why you can't eat them?
Do you
love
have a koi
goldfish.
pond?
I would if I had time to take care of it. I used to have goldfish all the time.
You
I
don't
love
have to walk
goldfish.
them or anything. You
I
just have to
love
throw
goldfish,
some
but I would
food in
forget.
there.
I would forget to feed them. And then they
Drew
would-
Drew Collins says coworkers not washing their hands after going to the restroom. I guess you only know that because you're in and you watch them. I guess.
Well, that's where he lives, is in the restroom downtown. Where all the other liberals live.
People bitching about what others are doing when they're doing it themselves. Pot calling the kettle black. Pot calling the kettle black. Ton says, "Kill me now." I could write a book on this. Talking and talking and talking and talking. I love it. You guys have jumped in so many times with so many things.
I think the gossip that
Eating
worked.
loudly. That's another one.
The last job I had was Clear Channel, Seattle.
Amy says showing up late to your job.
And the gossip was the stuff I hated the worst, was when somebody would try to pin you down and to be on their side about something, and then the other person would pin you down and
Just
try to
leave
be
me
on their
alone.
side. Yeah. I can't stand that.
Did you
So,
hear about this?
yeah. Other than that, I kind of liked working at a corporate place. I did. I'm one of those weird people.
No, you would be great Like you'd be a great character in The Office.
No, no.
Creed.
No,
I can already see you in there.
Yeah. I mean, I would show up when I had to, and I would leave when I had to leave. So that's the way I looked at it. I was employee 16151378.
Todd says goldfish are for piranhas.
Stop it.
Minnows and
goldfish.
alcohol shot. Yes, stupid water cooler talk. And Rob says, I used to own a mortgage company, and a lender rep would call on us and wore so much perfume, it gave us headaches.
Yes.
She could have looked like a runway model, and I still wouldn't sit with her.
But there's certain ones, like you cannot wear white diamonds.
Right.
You can't do that, ladies.
Not even Liz
I
Taylor
know
could pull it off.
Liz Taylor didn't even like it.
It works for cologne too. If you walk by,
Oh,
me
here
and
we go.
I
It
can
has to be
smell
tit for
your
tat.
Cologne, I will die. And I'm not.
All
I'm
cologne?
not pointing names, but
Dracar.
there are some
You're
people
looking
who
right
wear
at me, young lady.
I am not looking
You're,
at you.
I can tell through your glasses.
I'm not
Well,
looking
none
at
of us
you.
wear cologne in here, do we? I don't smell any cologne in here. Unlike Chris
Go
does.
ahead.
Chris
Wears cologne.
Chris wears cologne.
And you know what?
he
Not only
walks
does Chris,
past me a bunch
not
of
only does
times.
Chris wear cologne or a lotion or something, it's very distinct.
That's what he calls that a shower.
And
Oh man, that's horrible.
where I sit is how he gets to do the control.
Oh,
so he
Angela.
passes me a bunch of
Angela.
times.
He's watching right now.
I know he is. That's why.
I know he's not.
It's fine.
Oh,
He's not
we
paying
got a
attention
free
in
for
the
all
least.
Friday. Now we got Confession Tuesday. Oh, that's nice to know.
I think we both told him that one day. We were like, "Whoa,
Whoa, yeah. Well, he just had an excessive amount of it on.
what's going on, boy?"
It didn't drive me crazy like this one scent of this person who I work with.
Yes.
No anchor. Don't let your minds go there. But it was somebody who's in the building. I literally have to get away because I smell. I feel like I'm going to pass out.
Yes.
Because it's that bad. And
Come
I'm not-
on, lay the goods out. Who is it?
No, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know who the
Okay.
person is.
That patchouli scent.
They're
always
behind the
makes me
scenes,
just feel
so
like,
you wouldn't get. You
Why am
wouldn't
I not surprised that Drew Collins loves cologne? I could see Drew. I could see you like bathing in it and then go get on your guitar. Yeah, baby.
I'm with Drew. I'm with Drew. I love
got my
cologne.
Halston Z24
Look,
on.
I come from the old days, and I come from the old days, man. And I'm Jupe. You guys don't remember Jupe? That was the bomb.
Jupe?
No one in here knows what Brute. What about Brute?
Brute.
Well, Brute, that's a
Brute.
rant. Oh,
I thought Jute was the knockoff of Brute, and Brute was already.
Oh, dude,
low.
I'm bringing the big
Brute
pink bottle
and
in here
Old,
tomorrow.
Are you an Old Spice? You know?
Yeah. What's wrong? Look.
What store was that? It was at Abercrombie that, like, when you walked in, you got
Yeah.
hit in the face with
Oh,
their
yeah.
perfume.
Yeah, it's before you even walk in. You smell it as you're walking down the line.
This could be a whole show.
Yeah, it could
To
be.
to cologne or not to cologne? That is the question.
Jeannie says this. This happened to me once too. There was I can't remember. It was like I don't know, postcards like 20 years ago. This woman had some stinky perfume on, and if you get hugged, it's on you.
Yes.
Jeannie says.
Dracar. Yes,
The
Dracar.
Avon lady
Dracar.
perfume is the worst.
Dracar was
Yeah.
really big in Michigan.
He was really big in high school.
And if you had the Dracar, it was great.
And people don't know this. If you took the cap off of the Brute bottle and lit it on fire, it became a bomb.
Oh, gasoline.
It
that you
was like
pour
a
it in
little
your tank.
Molotov cocktail.
Well, did any
Jeannie
of you
says
have,
I hate when a guy hugs me and has cologne on. Then I smell like that S hit all day.
Do you remember when you'd walk through a Walmart parking lot and there'd be somebody out there with their trunk open, like, "Hey, do you wear cologne?"
No, that never
And they're
once
selling
happened.
the knockoff.
Yeah.
They're selling the knockoff colognes like normally,
Out of
like
their
Halston.
trunk.
Yeah. They'd go all over the place. Seriously.
I've never
There'd be
seen
people they'd have like these high pressure like sales guys, and it's that multi-level marketing type thing. Like, and they'd be like, "You can make so much money, do this, do that," and you'd go home and you'd sell like the cologne to all your friends and family, and then once they've bought their cologne, then you're like, "You want to buy some?" And you'd wind up selling it in parking lots.
Stop
Interesting.
Am I wrong?
Stop
Crystal
it.
Cooper says
No.
I used to work at Hollister and we would spray shirts when we hung them.
No, that's why it smelled so bad.
Or good.
Interesting.
Or good.
Or good.
If it had Jupe on it.
Lynn, let me tell you something
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
Let me tell
You and Eric, you and Drew are the same.
What?
Yeah, he's like all about Jupe too.
It was the most amazing.
God.
Look, there's this stuff that they back in the 90s, I think. They started putting pheromones into cologne. That's the goal of
Wasn't that-
cologne.
Wasn't that one like a
Whatever
Calvin
it
One
was.
or whatever?
It was literally animal or human pheromones.
Yes.
That's the goal of cologne, is to attract the opposite.
Correct. And there are companies now that are marketing to that, saying that they've got the pheromones or whatever that attract the opposite sex.
Yes, that's the goal.
You can buy your own personal, it could be a marketing shtick. What do you do? How do you do this? Do this. Are you active? Are you like this? Are you oily? And you create your own smell.
That's right.
That's how they're marketing it now.
Yes. And that's how nature
They
has
sell
worked for
those at
thousands
those
of years.
Lingerie stores sell those. too.
Real?
Yes.
Girls don't need pheromones.
I'm telling you, lingerie stores sell those too because I bought one once. I couldn't.
Did it
smell
work?
I couldn't smell
You
it.
bought a what?
It's like the pheromones added to the perfume.
There you go. See, you
To the what
understand the
perfume?
science.
Like the pheromones.
Yeah, she
Oh.
bought cologne, and she's like, I don't want the cologne to smell good. I want it to attract men.
Jamie says nothing better than a good smelling man, just as long as he doesn't bathe in it. Yeah, the wheels completely came off, but it's a good topic. We'll go where it's going.
Sorry. Back
it's
to
something
Zelensky.
bass players and jupe.
Okay. Let me tell you.
That's what it is. And then
Any
also,
musician in this room will understand this.
So that's just you, right?
When you get past that second set and you know you're about to go intermingle with the crowd and you've been sweating your off.
What do you mean? I didn't think musicians intermingle with the crowd.
They do. They have to. The good ones do. They
That's
go out
when
and
they're trying to get the pheromones out and do the
you need something in your bag that's going to make you not so repulsive. Not that you're trying to attract anything, but you need something.
Oh,
in your
that's
bag.
right. I did
You
see.
do
I
need
did
that,
see
man.
Eric Church go into the crowd and intermingle with Angela.
He probably smelled like, I don't know,
a foot
Calvin Klein cologne.
Well, I mean,
He looks like a Halston guy. He looks like a Halston guy.
I couldn't smell him. I didn't.
Because your little hearts were coming off of your head.
I didn't get. I didn't get a smell from him. I didn't even think about smelling him. I guess my face was near his armpit. I could have
You could have said something else. Anyway, back to Zelensky.
Todd says he'll take BO over Axe body wash any day.
That doesn't even work. That doesn't even work. If you buy body spray,
my
if you buy body
teenage
spray,
boys use Axe.
if you buy body spray, it is dissipated within 2 minutes. It's a fat.
Does it really?
Yeah.
You
As a
smell
matter of
like
fact,
an 8th grade boy.
As a matter of fact, if you buy the day toilette stuff, it will dissipate in 5 minutes. You need to get the parfum, which has an oil in it. Boom, it will last all day. There's your nugget of the day.
Man, I'm just telling you, you and Drew are taking us old school, talking about all the names. Now he's bringing up Lagerfeld. I mean, come on.
Lagerfeld. Damn.
And by the way,
Canoe.
How old is Drew Collins?
The new, like, really good cologne is extremely expensive. We always know perfume can be expensive, but I've heard and seen. I don't wear cologne, but my God, I've heard price. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for cologne.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big part of a.
What do you wear,
It's a
Eric?
big part of a gentleman's wardrobe. Let's put it that way.
What do you wear now?
It's a big part of it. If you're a Hoosier, yeah, you'll go to Walmart.
If you're a Hoosier,
If you'll go to Walmart and buy the garbage like I do. I'm a Hoosier. I don't care. But if
well,
you're
that's because that's the only store you go to. 'Cause
exactly
it's right by your house.
so it works for me. I'm okay with that. But if you're a gentleman and you wear the Armani suit and you get into the nice car and you're going to go to Napoli, I'm talking about Vic all of a sudden. You will go to the mall.
Yeah, that's me.
You will go to the mall and you will literally sit there, Angela. Check this out. With a older lady who's on commission who will spray colognes on you, and she will tell you the best colognes. And at the end of that conversation, you will pay $150 to $200 for said cologne, and that makes you a gentleman, I think. Otherwise, the rest of us, we go buy $30 crap, and we're all right with it. Jupe is amazing. Try it sometime.
We got to take a quick break.
Don't fool you. Don't let Vic fool you. He sprays some Jupe on going out to Napoli on a Friday night.
John Parker just said YSL.
Oh, there you go. There's a gentleman right
Yves
there.
Saint Laurent.
John Parker, you know.
John
smelled
Parker is bathing in that stuff, I'll bet.
Every pocket square
You know
probably
what?
gets a
Yeah,
spritz.
he reminds me of a cologne guy.
Yeah, he can pull it off though.
He's
John
the
Parker
full
is
package.
He's a dapper
No,
dude.
he's a cologne guy. I can
John
already
Parker's
tell.
the guy that goes to the airport and has a shoe shined.
Yes. John
To
Parker
go to
is well put
7-Eleven.
together.
Or you could be Matthew McConaughey and say, I just go with natural body scent.
Yeah.
See, I feel like that's the guy I'm into. The guy who goes with natural body
I
scent.
just smell like
I don't think. I think you would like that
All
for a week. You would like that for a week, and then you'd be like,
I don't
dude,
know.
can you
I'm
shower,
real
please?
sensitive to smells, though, and I don't like strong smells.
Ed says, I like Kirkland smell. Sauvage is very popular.
See, that's one of those expensive ones.
Yes, it is.
Those aren't worth it to me.
Hey, John says he does get his shoes signed at the airport.
Well, of course he does.
Yeah, but he actually goes to the airport to get them shined. That's his whole goal, going to the airport to get his shoes shined.
By the way, Eric can't today. So Eric Reitens, he just got back to me. He can't. He is slammed right now. He's slammed. He can't join us.
Shocking. I wonder why.
But he'll be coming on in the near future. Besides, we'll try to give the candidates that want to come on the show. We have Eric Schmidt on. Let the people know who they are, what's going on.
First of all, I need you guys.
I have questions for Gun Guy.
Oh yeah, we'll have McCloskey on.
Okay.
We've had McCloskey on before.
Oh, I was before. I was
at this
BA
point,
before.
Yeah, before Angela.
At this point, I just need everyone in this room or in this text line to tell me why Eric Schmidt should not be your next senator of Missouri. I'm serious. That's what I need to know. You tell me why he shouldn't be. He has kicked it. He has knocked it so far out of the park. It's unbelievable.
We'll get into all that.
Right?
We'll tell you why gas prices are going up again. We'll touch the national scene. I'm worried.
Changed, has it?
I'm worried about first responders in St. Louis.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
told
I want to
Dick.
know more about that.
How about the Go ahead.
They want
Sorry.
what?
How about the police car that tried to get a carjacked that Kim Gardner let off the hook the other day? That was on national news. I'll read that to you.
We'll get in. Eric's going to bring us that story. You see, it's the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. We didn't have enough time.
There's a lot coming up in the next
Hell
half
yes.
hour.
Hell yes, it is. We're going to get it all in. Your smells, your favorite pet peeves of coworkers. Oh my God, we'll even get into it. All right. Also about lost skills that you need in life now that we don't have anymore.
Looking people in the eye.
Lost skills. All right. It's The Edge. Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust from Fox 2. Back with more right after this.
The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is the only bed that effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. The new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is only $8.99, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
Journey in concert. Freedom Tour 2022. March 21st at Enterprise Center. Journey with very special guest Toto. Tickets on sale now at JourneyMusic.com. Don't miss Journey Live. Produced by AEG Presents.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Hi, my name is Takia, and a little thing that I love about the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is when I take a bite, it's the perfect blend from the bacon to the cheese. It's perfection.
Hey, I'm Katora, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is it kind of melts in your mouth, so you know it's creamy, cheesy, and delicious. This gooey mac makes me cheese every time.
Order dinner delivered on the Chick-fil-A app today. Delivery fee and other restrictions apply. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion. First with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were yelling at another car while driving, let me say it again. You need to calm down. Yelling is just making everyone as stressed out as you are and letting them all know that you definitely aren't trying to save with Progressive Snapshot. And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't yelling at another car, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm on my way out to get some Yves Saint Laurent cologne today.
Yeah.
I'll come in tomorrow. You guys can smell me later. Is this Eric Church?
Oh,
She complained yesterday I didn't play her
I
any
was
fun
over here
stuff.
singing it. It's Heart on Fire.
Yeah, Church only has one good song. I'm sorry.
No, that's not true.
No, it's just one.
No.
It's called Springsteen.
No, that's not true.
That's the only song he has with any soul.
Actually,
in it.
Vic's right. NASA just wrote me and said the Eric Church has no good songs.
Where she told me to go is my favorite.
This is
what's the name of-
now. Let's hold on. Just hold on a second. This music sounds like what you teach third graders at music
my
class.
But that's what. But when you rip my music, that's what you say. Oh, that's just nerdy music.
Okay, children, we're gonna start on the one. This is the one chord.
Yeah,
Nope.
but it's what's catchy.
No sevens, no fives, no nines. Just
You
the
don't
one
have
chord.
to have a 7 or a
Would
9
you
for something
stop
to be
that?
good.
What are you doing over there?
I was
That's
showing
actually a
off
cool
my-
shirt.
I was showing off my
Okay,
shirt.
the shirt's cool.
I was showing off my
Oh.
Eric Church
Oh, we
shirt.
gotta have the music up when she does it.
Oh my God! Yeah, she's got a shirt on for our listeners.
Whatever Eric Church is missing in music ability, his swag is covering for it. 'Cause that was good.
Oh, that is awesome! Welcome back
Was
to the
that a
show,
real shirt or did
everybody.
you pay for it in the parking lot?
I made it. I made it myself.
Eric left it. Eric
Oh.
left it after he left his. Never mind.
Wow.
It was on the floor the next morning. Can I keep this? I'm kidding. He's married, of course.
Is he married?
Well, that's what.
Yes, we've been through this.
Okay.
She, look at
I'm
that.
married.
That's look how disheveled she looks now. That's
I'm trying to take off my hoodie, and
all right. Back to COVID.
Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan, the derobing Angela Sharp. That
Just leave
looks
it there.
that looks like a nightmare.
Fresh out the shower.
Angela, you look like a hot mess.
This is why I'm single, just in case anybody wanted to know why.
That's the last thing Eric Church saw when he left her apartment.
The man is married. Married.
Before the marriage. Before the marriage. Okay.
And I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. We got a lot to get into over the next 15 minutes or so. Before we get into Eric's story, Eric wanted to bring up, I can't remember what Eric said.
I'll tell you, and I would love
Okay.
to have your comment on it.
We will. We'll get it. Okay, real quick. The lost skills of Americans. Top 10.
Looking people in the eye, shaking hands,
Those should be there at the top. You're right.
selling stuff.
Here they go. Writing letters.
Okay.
I disagree with this one. Map reading. We read maps on our phones, right? For directions.
Yeah, but not like a
Yeah,
real
but they
map.
tell you what it's saying.
Yeah, they tell you
My
to turn
biggest pet peeve proper grammar, remembering phone numbers because we don't have to, using a compass. You don't need to use a compass unless you're lost in the woods. Handwriting, that's a big one for me too. Kids don't know how to do handwriting
Well, they
anymore.
stopped the cursive. They don't teach it anymore.
Yep. Hand washing clothes.
They don't teach cursive anymore?
Nope. Making a fire from scratch. Can you make a fire from scratch, Angela?
Yes, I can.
I bet you could. That's what I was asking. And here's one. Oh, one of Brendan's hobbies is on the list. Stamp collecting.
Yeah, totally.
Of course.
I'm
Stamp
an
collecting.
anismatist. Is that what those guys are called? Stamp collectors are anismatists, or is that coins?
Let's call up a school teacher immediately and find out why they're not teaching cursive anymore.
Well, why do you need cursive anymore?
Why do you not need cursive anymore?
What are you going to use? I'm just. What would
to
you
sign my check?
That's it.
Yeah, they know a signature and that's it. But even have you seen kids' signatures these days? It's crazy.
Have you seen old?
No, mine looks like a doctor. You
we
can't
need to
read
do calligraphy.
Have you seen journals from the 1800s? How beautiful they are
Yes.
when they're transcribed.
Yes, because we don't need it anymore.
Have you read
Electrical
literature from
digital has taken over.
Have you read
everything.
literature from the
Phone numbers.
1800s?
You no longer remember phone numbers because now you have to remember passwords.
We've gone back to
Passwords have
hieroglyphics.
taken
Though.
the
Great
spot
point,
of phone
Angela.
numbers.
We've gone back to hieroglyphics because now it's like winky face emoji, thumbs up.
Sure.
This is a
You know,
disgusting
crab
conversation.
I know.
I'm
I was
sad.
just told
I'm
that
sad by
at my
this.
kid's school when he was in second grade, they taught cursive in second grade. They still do that in second grade.
So you can't write in cursive coming out of high school? Is that what I'm hearing?
I guarantee there's kids who can't
Please.
write in
I
cursive.
know for a fact
know,
there's kids who
yeah.
cannot read cursive.
What?
Yes.
Know for a fact.
Please, Facebook, tell me I'm.
But
these
you
people
know
are
what's
crazy.
interesting? What a great point from Donna. They don't teach cursive, so how can you read history documents?
Such a good point.
They read the transcription.
That kind of hit me. I was like, oh yeah, they have to be.
They
You'd
can
have
make
to have
it
it.
say whatever they wanted to.
You'd have to
say.
have a transcription.
yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, now you can make a history say whatever
You
you
learn
want.
something new on this show every day, and none of it is good.
Yeah, to read the Constitution. That's why you need to write in cursive. That's a good point from a friend of mine who just texted me. No, I get it. It totally makes sense. But those are some of the lost skills that are out there. Penmanship was part of writing. Buying a car, all banking, you need cursive.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we're doing away with banking. Remember, there's a whole new world order. That's. Have you guys not been paying?
Yeah,
I mean,
Great
other than your
Reset,
signature, that's the only thing you need
digital.
with cursive. Nobody's like writing your bank statements down in cursive.
It is bizarre. All right.
That's sad.
Eric, let's get you in a better moment. What was the story that you were bringing up today?
So I'm on the national websites, just kind of perusing, and all of a sudden I see Kim Gardner's face. St. Louis prosecutors will not charge a man. This is why the decline of St. Louis and look. I want St. Louis to succeed. I love St. Louis. I love this part of the country. But there's a reason that it's dying, a slow death. It really is. And here it is. St. Louis prosecutor will not charge a man arrested for trying to carjack, not just any car, a St. Louis police car with 2 officers inside of it. It goes on to say prosecutors in St. Louis declined filing charges against a man who allegedly attempted to carjack a marked police SUV while 2 officers were still inside. They're eating their donuts, drinking their coffee, and there's a gun coming through the damn window. They arrest the guy, bring him to jail, and our illustrious leaders say, "You know what? Go on your way, son. We're not
She was
going."
probably like, you're just too dumb to be in jail.
So they're not prosecuting this guy. This story gets out to the community. It makes him a hero in his community of some sort. I'm sure it does.
Absolutely does.
And all of a sudden, Kim Gardner is a fool, and she is killing St. Louis one criminal at a time. This is national news. This wasn't on Channel 5, 4, or 2. This is. We are becoming the spotlight.
No, it wasn't.
Of idiots.
We didn't have it, but it was on another station.
It was on another station.
Yeah, it was
it's
on
a
another
story.
I
It's
know
a
about it,
legitimate
but-
story, man.
Yeah.
And so the point is that there's just time. It's desensitizing how dumb St. Louis leadership is. That's it. And I was like, you know what, Angela, 3 years ago, I'd have been like, no, this is not true. St. Louis isn't trying to cut its own throat. And then Vic Faust and the little militant midget that we used to have in here, they were looking at me like, no, they are. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're trying to fix it. And nobody can tell me to this day how St. Louis is trying to get their act together with stories like this. And I digress. It's sad. It really is. And I hope that that Brad was correct and Kim Gardner will be shoved out the door and will bring in a very thoughtful prosecutor that will actually get the city back on its feet.
There is no excuse for when I read this, just coming from a straight broadcaster, There's no excuse why charges were not filed. It makes zero sense.
It pissed me off.
That's why I was glad you brought this story up. Eric, there's so much that goes on. I forgot about it. I mean, it's only Tuesday. This happened on Saturday. I had forgotten about it.
I know she probably called George Soros and goes, should I put this guy in jail? And George said, no, hell no.
Eric brings up George Soros for any new listeners because Kim Gardner told us on the show that she does, in fact, receive money from George Soros, whatever you want to take with that.
There was no reason given for the no charges?
The cops identified him.
Okay.
There was a gun, apparently, that
Right, I read
was stuck
that
in.
part.
Get out of the car. I'm taking your cruiser. That's all you need to know to start the case. I mean, am I missing something?
But at some point, the dude is lucky they didn't shoot him. I mean, you pull a gun on a cop, that's
The worst,
grounds to shoot
I guess,
somebody.
from a journalist standpoint, the worst part about the story is that the city prosecutor's office, they didn't tell us why.
Yeah, we need a why.
They gave us no reason why
I need a
they
why.
didn't file charges.
Where are the St. Louis Union members that we
That's
talked to?
because
the
it
St. Louis
happened.
Police
No, but
Union
here's why,
guys.
Eric. Because this isn't a off case where it just happened once.
It's on the job.
Because
exactly.
it's continuing to happen.
I don't think
That's
there's
why.
anything that can make that guy cooler. I'm assuming it's a guy. Make that guy cooler other than
Exactly.
actually stealing the car.
And the fact that they let him off.
Yeah.
Like, Lil Buggy tried to hijack a police
And
car.
Angela is not promoting this. I'm just letting you know. She's just saying in his own community to
Right.
like-minded people.
Mhm.
If there are like-minded people around him, which is what Eric had started.
Yeah, and it's just another thing, and I'm sick of hearing from John Parkers and the Drew Collins and even some people around here that say St. Louis is unsavable. It's not going to be saved.
That's what you say. They say it
That's
is.
my interpretive response to when I hear them. I think that St. Louis could be the gem in the middle of the country. I think that this is amazing property of
Wait a
land
minute,
here.
You do? I thought you just said
do.
it's unsavable.
No, I think that I think the history of St. Louis is amazing. I think that the geographical location of St. Louis is insane. Why there aren't Amazon, FedEx, and UPS flying in here every single day. It's the middle of the country. But the fact of the matter is you have a Kim Gardner and others, I would imagine, that are saying, you know what? Yeah, that gun trick that you did with the cops downtown on what street it was, that was funny. Go tell your friends.
Yeah, and I do think this is fair. I disagree with a lot of what John Parker has to say, and we have our own private conversations as well. But he says, don't put me in that category. I think the guy should be fully prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And John's a police guy. John says if he wins mayor, he's bringing police back
The
in.
only reason I bring John Parker up is way back in the day, I thought I had some good ideas to what you could do to save St. Louis, and he looked at me like I was crazy. He looked at me like I was nuts. Like, let's community involvement. Why don't we go Blythe some of the areas down there? Let's get hardcore on the policing. And John's like, oh, you're nuts.
But people really can't be upset with the national image of St. Louis when you have a suspect carjack police and is not even charged. We're not even talking about convicted, not even charged.
Right.
I mean, this was one of the all-time craziest things I've
let
ever
him go.
heard.
Just let him go.
Yeah, nobody got shot. So
What do you think
nobody got hurt. We're just gonna let you go.
What do you think
I was only joking when I gave that teller the note about me robbing the bank.
What do you think the 30-year-old CEO of a high-tech shipping company is thinking when they say,
Well, that's
we can
why
have St.
companies
Louis?
aren't. That's why companies aren't coming to
Exactly.
St.
We
Louis.
could have
Major
St.
companies.
Louis. We could have Memphis. We could have Kansas City. Oh, Kansas City's looking pretty good. Boom.
Go to
gone.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Go to Nashville.
Yeah.
Look at the cranes that are out there.
Yep.
That are building up all around. Go to Louisville. Same thing.
Yeah.
All around us.
Good point.
While we're still
Nashville.
arguing over if we're going to redo the convention center downtown and I have to have my property built out in my little district. I mean, I'm telling you, there are battles across the country, but I've lived in several areas and it's given me the ability to properly assess what's going on here, which is an S-hit show when it comes to politics. And it's sad because we are our own worst enemy and are showing no signs of getting better. And while we talk about this story, another horrible thing that could be coming up, I know today we've had somebody said they're going to be striking, another said they won't be. But first responders say, and we did a story on Fox 2 last night about it, that they're done. They're tired of it.
Yep.
We have been put to the back burner when it comes to pay all first responders, and the unions representing about 98% of all the union members are now in lockstep and saying, these negotiations that are coming up, it's time to pay.
Yep.
We had an excess of money from COVID relief, and now we've got the Rams lawsuit. You're paying us, and we'll see. One person this morning said, who is with the police, said there's no way they'll strike. Todd just said, yeah, they're going to strike. And could you imagine losing all first responders
Where's
for
Jane
a while?
when we need to talk to her?
Well, we'll talk with Jane. There's only so much I think she can say too, but we'll
Really?
see. Yeah.
Put her foot down to the metal, man.
She represents the police side. I mean, from a legal representation.
seems like they got
but
all the
that's a
cards.
major story that is brewing as well.
Yeah.
It's a major story.
What do they do if all first responders go on strike? What happens? I mean, do you bring in
I
like
don't know.
the National
St.
Guard?
Louis County would probably have to come in and take over, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
St.
if it would go
Charles?
to-
State, county, what? I mean,
Look, they bring in St. Charles first responders, and it all of a sudden St. Louis becomes clean again. Oh, I'll leave that there.
Well, I don't know how that would work. I don't know if that would go to the governor, if he would have to declare a
It
state
seems
of
like
emergency.
I think the National
yeah,
Guard has to get called in some way, shape, or form, right?
And why are we even talking about this garbage?
It should never happen.
This is
never
bad
happen.
leadership.
I know, but you have to deal with the problem first before you can clean it up.
I will be your mayor for at least 6 months. I
my
will
God.
fix this stuff. Get her out of there.
You can't run for a while.
I'm not running. I'm just it's to be handed to me. I will go fix things.
That's not how it works.
Did you learn that in third grade?
Yes, yeah, that's not how it works. You don't just get to be the
Well,
mayor.
if a lot of people say it's okay, then give me the key. Then
That's not how it works.
Okay.
Well, he has to live in the city first.
I do a lot of.
There's a lot of rules he's breaking by just
I
getting
think
it handed to him.
it'll be a waiver.
No one's gonna vote for you.
Vic, I can fix things.
Dude,
Who do I talk to?
he has a coupon.
No,
That's
still
good
doesn't
for
And then
one
I-
free mayorship.
Yeah,
Still
and
doesn't count.
And this is not a 4-year thing. This is a 6-month thing, and then I'm out.
Oh, well, glad you're into the long-term plans of helping us out, Eric.
No, I don't need that long. Back to COVID. Go ahead.
I take it back. Cindy is in fact voting for you.
I could fix it down
I
there,
said
people.
no one was voting for you.
What do you
She
want?
likes brute.
Cindy
She likes
is
the smell
in
of
fact
brute.
What do we
voting
want to
Eric
call the new
can
NFL
fix
football team?
everything from from like 8:40 to 10.
That's all I need.
Every morning.
That's all I need, Vic. I'm golfing the rest of the day.
I know. Oh yeah. Oh, I know you
You
are.
want safe streets and a booming economy with an NFL football team? Vote for Eric.
We have fun, but that story is extremely,
sucks, man.
extremely concerning. When would you even thought maybe 5 years ago that there would be a city in America that would not even charge a man for trying to carjack police with a gun?
No, it would be on, like,
I mean, think about
World's
this.
Dumbest Criminals, and they'd be like,
Yeah, there was a show that got taken off the air because it was too mean. It's called Cops.
right.
Exactly.
And then what's the Live PD? Live PD got pulled off because they were
Same
actually
thing.
showing what people were doing live. Oh, here's an idiot again. You can't show that because they arrested him.
Here's
for
a guy
being
walking his
stupid.
alligator. I mean, stupid stuff. It's so dumb.
Well, that was in Florida.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's still dumb.
That was Cops, Florida, South Florida.
Hey, Eric, there's an opening in St. Charles that needs someone to run. If you are interested, get in touch with Cindy and you.
What
can
is the
run.
position?
She didn't tell me.
I'm not doing some remedial job. I want to be the mayor.
Well, St. Louis City, Dan Worsmeyer is doing pretty good. The county executive is currently Elman, and Bob Onder is running for Senate. Or no, he's running for the position. Excuse me, he's the current senator. Are you going to try to throw your hat in the
No,
ring? And
I'm not going to try
Chief
to take.
sanitation
Look,
engineer?
I'm like Eric Greitens. If there's someone
What?
I'm like Eric Greitens. If there's
How
someone,
so?
if there's someone
I
competent,
watch that very carefully these days.
if there's someone competent that can do the job, and I don't have to go do the job, I'm going to let them do the job. But if there's someone incompetent, I'm going to go try to say, just get out of here for a while and let me fix something. I should be the fixer. It's a new show on NBC. It's a new show on NBC. I go to city to city to city fixing things.
yeah, you're like
Bar
you're
Rescue,
like John
but for
Tapper
city-
from Bar Rescue.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen to me, you mother. You don't care.
I will make.
They're doing long
pores.
You don't care. I'm going to walk out or I'm not going to save you.
I will make
I love that
Baltimore
guy.
look like Palm Springs in a month.
Cindy's going to send you a direct message.
Bowen's
so-
fine. They don't worry about Bowen. You
Baltimore.
don't- Oh, Baltimore.
All right, we got to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We're just getting started.
I know it's the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. That's why we're unlike anybody else. Eric Johnson
What do we want to name the new football
wants
team?
to be Eric Crichtons now.
What do we want to name our new NFL football team? I'm literally going to have a phone call with the NFL
The
officials.
Johnsons. The Johnsons.
We go deep.
The Big Johnsons.
Big Johnson.
Brendan Shanahan, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust. Fox 2 back with more right after this.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Hey, it's Shanny from Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Hi, it's Julie again with Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville, Missouri, located at the intersection of Wilmer Road and Interstate Drive. We offer on-site security and 24/7 access. We are proud to have served as your one-stop shop for all your moving and storage needs since 1984. Right now, we are offering $25 off moving or a free month storage for new customers. For more information, visit us at bensmovingandstorage.com, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook for future storage sales. Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Did you know that many people with high blood pressure may never experience symptoms? Monitor your health and know your numbers by maintaining your regular wellness appointments. Doctors with Barnes Jewish St. Peter's Hospital and Progress West Hospital are open for in-person and virtual visits. Don't wait for your body to alert you that there's a problem. Call 636-928-WELL to find a doctor today. That's 636-928-WELL.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444. dryoureyes.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again. Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill. I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make like $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FALL.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The expensive Little Blue pill is now generic, which means the prescription medication to treat ED is super affordable at 4hims.com. And now get your first online doctor's visit free at 4hims.com. That's right. Zero copay, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. That's really good news. To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/joy.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We got to get out of here. Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. Hope everybody has an awesome day. Hell, we didn't even get to the Hunter Biden stuff today. Dear God, there's so much to get into with that. Joe Rogan ripped him nationally through national media. Everybody's just avoiding it like it didn't happen. No laptop exists.
It's starting to trickle into Jen Psaki's little...
Oh, yeah. She's like, oh, well, Hunter Biden's not... I don't work for Hunter Biden. Oh, well, now you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he is the president's son, and it's connected. There's so many people who didn't think that there was anything real with Hunter Biden.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. And also, Trump is being asked maybe to be on Joe Rogan's podcast. It'll be interesting to see how that gets taken down or stripped from the internet archives.
It'll be his highest rated show ever.
Ever. It will get him more viewers. How can you have more viewers than a billion viewers?
Guys, have an awesome show. Shanny's up next, right?
Yep.
Enjoy. Have a great day. We'll see you for Fox 2 News at 5 and 9 tonight. I have no idea. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing like royal blue color tonight.
That's what you said yesterday.
No, I said navy blue yesterday.
Navy blue, but you wore yellow.
I wore navy blue and yellow.
Yeah, zebras are white with black stripes, Vic.
Yeah.
Not black with white
stripes.
stripes.
Have an awesome day, guys. We'll see you.